Dabu 7, the seaports in China, quickly running out of room. As right now, they have an issue that is stacking up in many of the ports all over the place. The frozen food in the existing containers that are cold, that are keeping a lot of food and other things fresh. They have nowhere to go, and they're saying that they have been forced to tell many of these vessels to turn around and go to other places because at these ports, they're saying it's a nightmare as it's just stacking up left and right all over the place. And it says because of a lack of truck drivers and many transportation networks that are closed, that chicken, beef, pork, mostly from South America, Europe, and the U.S. are piling up at these ports. Now, there was an oil tanker that was parked off the coast of Singapore, and it was sitting there affected by all this because China has cut its consumption of crude oil by more than 4 million barrels per day, making it rather clear here, guys, that this is a logistical nightmare, and it's unfolding as 2/3 of China's economy is shut down. This has brought production capacity to a halt. It has produced a massive demand shock around the globe, and it's dragging down world trade. They're saying that they're going to have to adjust their yearly forecast connected to this, and that the Chinese economy itself constitutes for 20% of the global GDP. And a disruption of this size is going to affect everyone. It's going to have cascading effects. And they're warning that it could cause a global recession. They say that it's not just meats piling up.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory, honor that's due to Yahweh Shemi, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rakak, double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect and those in the gospel abroad. Living up the standard of Yahweh Shemi, Yahweh Shai, wherever they may be. This is a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi, Yahweh Shai that was sent to me by one of the sisters, Aquith, that has been very supportive to our ministry here, which, we thank Yahweh Shemi, Yahweh Shai for the support. And if you brothers send up prayers, for it, that'll be a beautiful thing to continue to bless the ministry and our health and things of that nature. But basically, Dabu 7, which, I listened to his video. He has some good information, and that's the spirit. I mentioned him yesterday in the lesson, and he has some information out there that really can, that promotes our message, because, he's covering prophetic events, even if he don't understand the spiritual consensus behind what he's speaking about. Okay. He basically stated that, this is basically leading to a famine. And he said that this China economy makes up, I believe, like 24% of the world's GDP, if I'm not mistaken, which, is going to affect the rest of the world. So while they're at a standstill due to this coronavirus, we've always said that they was going to release some type of natural pandemic or some type of natural attack or some type of attack to get people to scaring them into New World Order and submission, on top of that, mass population control. So this can be the very event that bring the economies or the what you call the economic system to a total halt and break it down to its potential barrenness. And all of a sudden, this can be the beginning stages of them issuing an RFID chip. Because what are the chances that in China that they're trying to disinfect money over there, etc., and people are dealing with digitized currency? They can't buy things with natural money now. So all this is just strange, and it's all working according to, Bible prophecy. And Esau, we figured them out already, man. So, but nonetheless, this is leading to a famine, and eventually there will be a famine on this planet Earth, in this country, various parts of the world, etc., because the Bible prophesies about it. So with that being said, I'm going to play the rest of the video and got a couple of precepts that we're going to get into, and our Lord's will to be edifying. So without further delay, here we go.
The Chinese ports or crude, they're saying that there's a high risk that there's shortages to Western countries that are going to go out anywhere from 60 to 90 days and even further, depending on how this continues to go down. They're saying that They warned last week of shock or this potential black swan event that could hit the economy, and I talked about it many times here on this world.
Bro, and that's the spirit. We're entering Jacob's trouble, man. Hey, the Bloomberg report admitted, and we did a lesson on it, that they are predicting the economic collapse on levels beyond the Great Depression, because we're already in a recession, but they're depicting an economic collapse on levels that's like beyond the Great Depression, man. That's gonna pretty much break this system down. And hey, the RFID chip, why not pass the chip then? That can be the false sense of hope. But that chip is coming, man, which it is a physical thing, and it's one thing, it's the chip. The RFID chip, the mark of the beast. So what are the chances that all these things are happening, man? So we're entering some dark times, brothers, man, and hey, we can't speak on it enough. And the Lord is getting ready to close this ministry after the Passover, man. You know, I can feel it through the spirit. Things are gonna turn up in the spirit. Brothers are gonna start losing their accounts, their pages, videos are gonna disappear, you know, and it's just gonna be all types of attacks and all types of stuff that's gonna be happening in the spirit. So we must prepare ourselves mentally, spiritually, you know. And I'm not, you know, I can't really say physically, because I mean, no amount of exercise will get you prepared for what's gonna happen if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Though you are supposed to take care of your body, you know, trying to eat properly and things like that. But anyway, this is 2 Ezra 16:21. It says, "Behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon the earth, that they should think themselves to be in good case." Because when things are cheap, like you go to these different 40-50% off sale prices of things that you may, you know, love or like, you know, like Macy's and stuff like that, they may be closing doors. You may get 40% off on cologne and all that other nonsense that, you know, we like to associate ourselves with, you know, because we all buy things that we really don't need, myself included. You know, we're guilty because we're biggest consumers of this of the world, you know. That's just how we were brought up. But nonetheless, you may find things that you may like, whether it be a vehicle, clothes, shoes, or house furniture, pictures, entertainment systems, video games, whatever it may be. These things are actually being cheaper than what they was once advertised. So therefore, people really believe that everything is bouncing back. Oh man, I got a deal here, I got a sale here. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I found a nice leather couch for $150, a $2,000 couch. You know, and you know, people, that's gonna catch them off guard. But yet, evils are multiplying. That's why it says here, to be in good case, even then shall evils go upon the earth. Because why you got all these liquidation sales is because the economy is collapsing, and they can't keep these places in business. So therefore, they got to make as much money as they possibly can in order to keep their business afloat, or to get whatever revenue that they can get out of these felon commodities. Okay? But it says here, evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, man. The sword being these wars, judgment, like a rapper, Pop Smoke, was just put to death yesterday, because I heard that he put out his address out on a social media site, and basically somebody came and robbed his ass, man, and put him to death. You know, so that's part of the sword. You know, Jake's getting dropped left and right. Okay? And that's part of the evils that's going upon the earth. These wars, rumors of wars, these corona nonsense. Those are all evils that's orchestrated on the left-hand side by Yahweh Shai. But on the physical side, Esau is behind these things. But the Lord is using these elites to bring in this global tyranny. Okay? It says sword, famine, and great confusion. So, hey, the famine is going to be heavy here, man. Because the scriptures say you rather die by the sword than perish of famine. Because you die of starvation, man. That's a painful death, because your body starts eating itself. And it's even worse if you overweight, because hey, all your body, it turns on itself. It starts eating you from within, and before you know it, man, you'd have been and lost 100 pounds, and you're sick, you're malnourished, you're weak, you're woozy, you're dizzy, because you need food. That's part of being in the flesh. You need food to eat and to sustain your energy levels, you know. But anyway, let's play the rest of the video.
Stage, we're keeping a bead on what's going on. I'm breaking this down in further detail over here on D Live. Make sure to get over here and follow us and join us. Going live multiple times a week. We're discussing what they want to censor and cover up on all these other platforms, and we're doing so freely over here on D Live. Links below in the description box. Hope to see you guys over here. Much love.
Yeah, man. So, hey, man, all hell getting ready to break loose, brothers. You know, hey, and we living in some beautiful times, man. Living in dark times. We living in the times that, hey, we can't be playing games no more. This thing is finna get real out here. You know, all this nonsense going on out here in the world, you know, and these guys are teaching false doctrines. You still got motherfuckers that can't understand the RFID chip and what it is. Like, dude, out of all this hell that's getting ready to break loose, which proves the Spirit of the Lord is not operating with you other guys, man, because you can't get something as simple as a fucking chip, which is one of the simplest breakdowns in the Bible, and yet you niggas are still falling and tripping over dominoes that ain't even in the damn street, man. That's crazy, but hey, a lot of you guys are set up too. But it says here, for many of them that dwell on the earth shall perish of famine. He said they just stockpiling food and they got to reroute it. Like, who's gonna go to Wuhan with that virus out there, and people getting killed and burnt, and people getting their doors kicked in, getting put in internment camps to be destroyed and executed? Ain't nobody trying to go through there. The hell look like I'll go through a cold red danger zone, man. That's stupid, man. So of course they ain't got no truck drivers out there. Why would they? So it's a famine out there. When they run out of food, man, hey, Moab gonna be forced to eat them cats and dogs that he like, man. Okay? I mean, it's just the reality of it, man, because hey, they're a bunch of heathens any damn way. But hey, they ain't touching China, man, or parts of China. And they already got cases of the coronavirus over here in America. So hey, thank the CDC for that. But it says here, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So even though if you got money to eat, you may have a bunker, like they showed you that in the movie The Road. The dude came across a nice prolific bunker, food in there, Captain Crunch or whatever. But what was the people that owned the bunker? Were they dead? Were they destroyed? Did they die of sickness? Okay, were they in prison or in a FEMA camp? Because like all these NBA celebrities, man, like you got what was that celebrity talking about spending 15 million something to build a bunker? Man, you ain't gonna get in no bunker with that little amount of money. Elites ain't gonna let you do that, man. You be better off making your own bunker underneath your damn basement, and a couple of bowls of noodle soup and Captain Crunch may suffice to the Lord take you out and give it to one of his men. Because that's exactly what's gonna happen to you celebrities. You may have the money to live and eat wealthy, but hey, you're gonna be put down by the sword. Okay, and it says, and a dead should be cast out as dung, because there ain't gonna be enough people around to bury these dead bodies, man. Okay, people gonna be dying like flies, man. Death is gonna be a normal commodity in this day and age, and this is why the scripture said that the blood should reach up to the horse's bridle, man. That's how much blood is gonna be, and that's symbolic as to how much blood is gonna be in the streets, man. And the horse's bridle is easily over 6 feet tall, you know, depending on your height. So, hey, man, the Lord ain't playing games, bro. We entering some serious times out here. All right, in 2020, hey, the year of prophecy. Hey, here we go. But it says here, and the dead should be cast out as dung. And it says here, and there should be no man to comfort them, for the earth should be wasted, and the city should be casted down. That's right, because, hey, ain't nobody be walking these streets. Nobody's going to be out here trying to play hokey pokey and go to work and do all these things, man. People are going to be hiding. They're going to be running for their lives. People are going to be in FEMA camps, and then you're going to have a great influx of people that's going to be dead on the streets. And the scriptures is proving that. It says here, and the city should be casted down. That's right, because you're going to have martial law troops, police in the areas. They're going to be green-lit in areas. They're going to be kicking in Jake's doors, putting them in FEMA camps, killing them on sight, you know, ravishing their women, you know, putting their kids down. All types of stuff is going to be happening out here in the world, man. All right, and it says, and there should be no man left to till the earth or to sow it, because everybody's going to be fucking dead. And it says, and a tree should give fruit, and who should gather them? And a grape should ripen, and who should tread them? For all the places should be desolate of men. So from Kansas City, Chicago, LA, the Bay Area, the UK, man, you may have a total of, because Chicago easily got about 6 million people in there. Hey, man, let's say the Lord cut down half that population, 2/3, you may have, 500,000 people in Chicago, man. That's going to seem like nothing. 50,000 people out of a big city like Chicago or New York, you know, 40,000 people left in a city that housed 20 million fucking people, 10 million people. You're going to be looking around, ain't nobody going to be around, man. You know, you may run into somebody scarcely, but then again, hey, that person may try to kill you because he don't know if you're going to try to kill him. You know? And it says here, for all places should be desolate of men. And they showed you that in the movie I Am Legend. It says, so that one man should desire to see another and to hear his voice. Before of a city there should be 10 left, 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. And as an orchard of olives upon every tree, there left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, and there left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there should be 3 or 4 left by them that search their house with the sword. Okay, so there you go, man. It's going to be total chaos out here. And the earth should be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and our ways and all our paths should grow full of thorns, because no man should travel thereof. And that's like the I Am Legend scene. You know what I'm saying? I Am Legend, when they showed you that the cities were pretty much, the nature was taking back these cities, because it only take a month or 2 for these vines and these different crop grasses and weeds to start growing up through these buildings. If they didn't have maintenance crews working around the clock daily to sustain the likelihoods of these cities, man, hey, man, please, you'll have all types of vineyards that's growing out of these buildings, man, if he wasn't spraying that pesticide stuff. You know, verse 35, it says here, now hear these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Okay, so we understand these things, even though Dabu 7 might not understand it, Dwayne Wade might not understand it, these other celebrities might not understand it, but we have the understanding, and this is why we're reporting on it. It says, behold the word of the Lord, receive it, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake, but behold the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, man, and we're seeing it. And as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So, hey, they feeling it out there. Moab's feeling this. Jake gonna feel it. E gonna feel it. Ishmael gonna feel it. And this is why a lot of them Ishmaelites and Elamites are packing back up, going to that lands, because they're trying to avoid this coming. They're trying to avoid this, man. What the hell? I know Daniel 13. You crazy? Daniel 12 and 13. Okay, so this is the book of Daniel 12, and I'm gonna start at verses 1. It says, and at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people. So we're gonna need a spiritual intervention to come and save us, because without that we're dead. And it says, and there should be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. You know. So this is Jacob's trouble coming, man. And it's going to affect everybody, including 2/3 of our people. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory, honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba.